floor cut out. We're going to put on here. I was time-lapsing the last part of it, but my GoPro died. So, here's what we got though. Trailer's all together. I did forget to put the trailer lights on, but luckily this floor is not welded on. So, we're just going to pop that top off and get these brake lights set up because I don't want to have to flip this trailer.
Gotta complete each other under.
I've been building an Overland trailer. Made some pretty good progress on the trailer. We're gonna get some plugs for these on all corners. Working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm undecided if I'm gonna divide this rear and have a pull out here and a pull out here. Undecided on this opening. I wanted to put some structure here and structure here because this opening will be useless. So I could have put the structure here, but if I wanted to add a slide in the future for this area, well, I would need to put another tube here, and I didn't want to do that. So I just put it here to begin with, and this should be fine. Same thing with this rear portion. I put these here so that they'd be out of the way of the wheel. And this will just be solid plate. It'll be blocked out with whatever. This worked out pretty sweet. Now, these, like I just said, are only there because everything behind this wheel won't be used. So where this landed, I have these tough built boxes. They actually fit in here perfectly. So I'm debating if I want to put a slide in here as well for this to be able to come out in whatever orientation. But this area up here is open. It's open right now because I'm going to be doing more work in this area. I got slides to put in there, and honestly, I don't want to be crawling around in weird spots like trying to get in here to do work once I cover all this up. So we're going to wait to do this portion of the trailer until this whole bottom's done. So this will be the kitchen area. I mean, I measured it off my cabinets, but if I'm standing right here, this is going to be about 2 feet up from here, and this will be the entire cooking area. So we'll have the stove here, You know, there'll be slides. I'm figuring out the door situation right now, but I think I'm just going to keep it simple, serviceable, and, you know, be able to do quick repairs on it if something were to happen or break on it. So we're going to have a drop down door. It's going to create a platform here, and the door is going to be 24 inches, or it might be a little bit less, and I might have a header on the opening for lights or something. But yeah, it's going to be a 24-inch door. It'll come down, and we'll have a platform here. And the slides, I got 20-inch slides, so I figured 20 inches where the slides are, they should be mounted right here. 20 inches will be right here. So that means you should be able to stand right in front of the wheel, and everything will be here. You'll have your stove here, you'll have a prep station here, and then over here, the original plan for this was to have some sort of wash bin or something. That way you don't have to like bend over and do dishes and whatnot, but that was the plan for that. So, you know, things are moving along. We got this thing welded solid. There would be a cross piece in there and a cross piece in there, and that will be where the middle of this portion would be. So if we look at it from here, pretty much here center, there's going to be another piece of tubing running along there on the top and on the bottom, and it'll essentially create this spot here and this spot here, and that'll be the base to build everything up. Or I'm kind of tweaking it as I go. It's working out pretty good. It's working out pretty good. I've done some cheap things on this trailer that I wish I didn't do, but it would have ended up costing hundreds more so far. Originally, I wanted this trailer to be bolted down. We got this square tubing and some angle iron and welded them together, which, you know, wasn't a cheap thing, but this was the cheap thing. Instead of buying a single 96-inch piece of tubing to go run along the sides, two 48-inch pieces, and then I stitched them together using this angle. Except this angle is 3 separate pieces. It's Frankenstein together pretty hard. Saved about $200 just doing that, which we're going to find out here in the future if it was worth it. But so far so good. I've only had one issue. This cross piece right here flexed, and it's kind of bowed just a tad, and it's right in here. So this dropped, this sagged 1/8 of an inch down, and I don't know why, but it should be all right. Again, nothing's really being used over here. I might see if I can get this heated up, and I'll stick one of these pieces, put it in there, try and get that straight back up, but I don't know what it's going to do to the rest of the trailer. I've got some ideas off of YouTube and seeing all these other YouTubers make these different Overland trailers and stuff, and there's nice things about a lot of them, and then there's some things that I don't need or I don't like. We're kind of taking bits and pieces from all the good and leaving all the bad and adding something new. And, you know, original axle on these Harbor Freight trailers are absolutely tiny. I think they're like inch tubing, but what I did was I got 1.5 inches here. Let me turn this light on. We got 2.5 inch by 3/16 thick tubing, and we made our own axles. So this is pretty cool. But we also made this hub that a regular wheel bearing can attach to. So if you look at here, that's just a regular wheel bearing for a Jeep Gladiator. If you're smart and you know what you're looking at, you know the mistake I made. There's no brake disc on here, which is a problem. We pretty much ugga-dugga this bad Larry on, and the wheel won't come off. So in the future, we're gonna have to get these wheels off, and I'm gonna need to get a brake disc to put on them, because yeah, they're they're on there. They're on there good. This is what I mean when I say I wanted this thing removable, right? This thing lifts up, right? The plate is welded to the trailer. That's the base for the trailer itself. But I wanted this to be removable in case I needed to do some work on this. I didn't have to work on it on the trailer. Or if I needed to do something underneath the trailer, I didn't have to worry about trying to get under the trailer, and I could just take this off, flip the trailer, and work on it that way, and not have to worry about damaging this. Or as I move along with this, I think I might want to weld it down, which isn't going to be impossible. I mean, I've got this angle here running along the whole side, so I could just stitch it down this way like I did with the plate, but we're going to see. I'm still holding off, but if this thing is not solid enough, which right now it's pretty freaking solid. Yeah.